Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you also, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world, and how I love you so, okay? So I hope that you're all super duper well, my babies. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and I hope that you too are having a super duper and wonderful and delicious day wherever you are in the world. And much love to you all, my delicious babies. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1. Beam me up, my juice little lads. Thank you, little lads. Lovely and bright. Now then, the sun is shining a bit, so I am going to sing. Okay, my delicious little babies. So the sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. Okay, so yes, it's a little bit, it's sunny and then it goes back in. It's dry. It's not as cold as it has been for the past couple of days. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, so you do happen to enjoy my video today, if you could please click on the like. For those of you, please feel free to subscribe. Okay, please and thank you. Now then, what it is, I just wanted to tell you something first, my delicious babies out there. Okay, so I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Okay. So I can make a start, okay? Right, okay. So, my delicious little babies, I was walking around with my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday this morning, okay? And, well, anyway, I've had 4 hugs this morning, okay? Now then, so what I'm going to do now, just for a moment, before I continue with what I'm saying, who is with me today, my delicious little babies? So, good afternoon, my beautiful dear little friend Kaz. How are you, my delicious little baby? And how is life treating you and your beautiful little family?
They're better than me, that's one.
So, there we go, okay.
Better than me, number one. And myself, I'm alright.
She's all right. She's all right. And that's super duper wonderful to hear, okay? I mean, just before we came on the camera, she was just saying, God love her, that she does not like Saturdays and Sundays. She really doesn't like them at all. Anyway, now then. Yes, so I've had 4 hugs. My beautiful dear little friend Kaz is going to come in very shortly. But I just need to explain to my delicious little babies just very quickly. So I was just saying to my beautiful and dear little friend Kaz, delicious little friend Kaz, that there's a dear elderly lady. She lives up the road and just a bit round the corner. Anyway, and well, every time she sees me, this has gone on for months now, my delicious little baby, so I've just got to tell you this, okay? Every time she sees me, she calls me Gainer. Okay, my delicious little baby. So I'm not called by my name, which I did happen to mention months ago to her. It's just that she decided, that she likes to call me Gainer. So I must look like a gainer. I personally, my delicious little babies, do not feel that I look like a gainer, okay? But according to this beautiful, delicious little lady, I'm Gainer, okay? So if any of you out there, my delicious little babies, want to call me Gainer, in fact, you can call me whatever you can, whatever you like, sorry. Do you know what I mean? As long as it's not shite bag. Well, as long as it's not shite bag, you can call me anything else that you like, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean?
Shite bag.
Yes. So that was that. So then I'm going to mention as well about it. Yeah. So then my second hug. So who was that from now? So I've got to remember his now. So I was walking around. So hold on, just 1 second, please, my delicious little babies. Oh, yes. The second hug is from my beautiful and delicious little Syrian neighbours up the road, okay? And it happens to be, her daughter's the mother. Oh, she's so beautiful. When she hugs me, we have a nice tight hug and she's like, tap, 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 you know what I mean? Just like a little baby. Do you know what I mean? Oh, she's so lovely. Okay, and so is the other dear lady as well. She was doing this to me, hugging me like this, yes? Then there's another dear, beautiful lady up the road and a beautiful dear husband. Oh, they're so beautiful, you know. I mean, you know, you have a laugh, you know what I mean? Yes, with that dear lady, okay? And a dear husband, you know, when we see them, yes? Anyway, and yeah, so we had a hug. So that was lovely. We had a little natter, you know, sort of put the worlds to right. And then finally, you know, my beautiful and delicious dear little friend Kaz arrived. And what did we do? We had another hug. So that's 4 hugs today, my delicious little babies. Because like I've said to you before, you know, I like to hug the world, you know, apart from the odd ones, okay? But, you know, I like to hug the world. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and it makes you feel so much better. Do you know what I mean? Yes? So anyway, my beautiful dear little Kaz, so what is it that you want to kick off with today? So I just thought I'd mention that, my delicious little babies. So for those of you out there, keep feeling the love, okay, my delicious little babies? Go on then, my beautiful, delicious dear little friend Kaz, just have some coffee.
Well,
you was on about the nurses, wasn't you?
all the nurses had their pay. Like I said, the nurses got their pay, so they're quite happy about that. But the only person who haven't had their pay is the junior doctors. And then the passport people on strike, starting from next month.
Yes, since when did you hear about that, my delicious little babies?
For 5 weeks.
Yes.
So people are going up there to get their passport now before it goes on strike in next month. You know what I mean? And then the teachers are on strike. That to be settled as well. Teachers on strike. You know what I mean? It's just getting a bit worse.
So are the teachers on strike for
today?
Yes, but are the teachers on strike, my beautiful dear little Kaz? Are they on strike for pay, or are they on strike because of these things that are being taught in the schools? This is what we need to know, you see, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean?
Both of them. They're on strike for the both.
Yes.
You know, for the kids and for their pay as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because they need to meet up with the inflation.
Yes.
But the inflation, as the Conservatives said, the inflation is going to come down by, down in a year.
Yes.
That is going to come down by 2.7% or 2.5%. We have to see that if it's going to come down. So at the moment it's 11% inflation. So if it's coming down by 2%, that's just under 9%, isn't it?
Yes.
So you can afford to buy things back, I suppose. But gas, electricity stay as 2,500 till June. You know, so we don't know what's going to happen in June, if it's going to go up to 3,000 or stay as it is, we don't know. But he put a cap on it for 2,500. But it's still expensive same way. Yeah. And then on the news again about women, men beating up women and killing them.
Right, can I just put you on pause just for a second, my delicious little babies? It's all right because my door's open, because little Ruby Tuesday's just opened the door. She's gone into the bedroom. I shan't be a moment, my delicious little babies. Sorry about that, my delicious little babies. Sorry, dear Kaz, I do apologise, sweet. Go on.
Yeah, it was on the news today about women getting, beaten up, killed by their partners.
Yeah.
And they want a stronger sentence. There was one, her name is Poppy. Her name is nice looking girl,
Poppy.
Very nice looking girl she is.
Oh, really?
The man stabbed her up 46 times.
46?
46 times stabbed her up. I said, what kind of maniac is that? 46 times. And she's a pretty girl, Pretty girl she is. 46 times called the man stabbed her up. And you think to yourself, flip me. What was he stabbing? He's not saying he's stabbing up me, he's stabbing up a human being.
Yes.
You know what I mean? A human being, so
well, sorry to rudely interrupt you, sweet, yes? and my delicious little babies. But I did a video, sorry, excuse me, only, I think it was just a couple of days ago actually. And I happened to be talking about, you know, to do these 15-minute cities, which, you know, myself and my beautiful, delicious, dear little friend Kaz will, you know, will also discuss, okay? But I was, you know, discussing about the domestic violence. So
It's been 3 in UK itself. Women have been beaten up and like three at a time a week, a day, every day.
it was
It's getting worse.
because it used to be 2. How many was it? I'm trying to remember now. So was it two
a month?
No, it was 2 a week, wasn't it? But it was going back though. That was.
But it's not anymore.
Yes.
It's
Sorry,
3. It's 3 in 1 week.
Yeah.
You know, it's 3 every day. They say that women in UK are getting, you know, domestic violence is getting worse. Yeah.
See, with me, I just have a different view. My delicious little babies out there and my delicious dear little friend Kaz, yes?
Yeah.
I have a different view because here's what I've got to say. You know, God bless whoever's gone through this terrible, awful situation, okay, where they end up where very sadly they're no longer on this earth. But what I've got to say in all of this, right, is that once a wife beater, always a wife beater. So even though they try to, you know, they go for anger management and things like that, and sorry, you can get it the opposite way around as well with women with men, but there's not as much of that, okay? It's mainly men with women, okay? But even when they've gone for anger management, it's very few and far between, I promise you on this one, that they ever change. They do not change.
Well, leopard doesn't change. You stop, does it?
Well, I mean
once a man hits you, trust me, go watch your business.
Yes, that's right.
I'll send it out.
Yeah.
Simple things, because once he touch you one time,
yeah,
I think he can get away with it.
That's right.
He'll touch you again and again and again.
True.
And this time, he's going to use fist force.
That's right.
On you. And then next he'll be taking a knife or a hammer or something to hit you with. You know what I mean? That if he can get it to do it, you know what I mean? Which he will get you to do it because you're the weaker one.
Yes.
You know, you're the weaker one. You're the one he wants to pound on. But trouble is, you have to ask yourself, why would he want to kill her? You know, is that either for sex, or is that either for she's talking to somebody that he doesn't want to talk to?
Sorry, excuse me.
Or she's asking for help. He gets to find out about it. You know what I mean? It's all these things what he's going through his mind. And I'd like to know what is going through his mind to him to say he can hit a woman or hit a human being when he wants to, when he feel pissed off or feel not in the mood, he take it out on you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And to me that's wrong.
Yes. Yes.
Right? We all get pissed off when we don't like what's going on and we feel down and whatever. He's not the only one. Who give him the right to say he have to hit a human being? You have no right.
No.
But once a man hits you one time, right? Don't make it come across the second.
That's true.
Don't make it come across.
It's very rare that they ever say, "Oh, it's only a one-off, and I'll never do it again."
No.
It's fun.
No,
I've heard many of these stories. My delicious little babies out there that tell you,
I must say,
flipping well have.
I mean, God is so good to me. I never had a man come to me and hit me. Because it's usually me the other way around. It's usually me, because it's usually me who have the temper and tell him what him backside and
Tell about him
my hand will just
I'm not laughing about domestic violence, but it's the way that beautiful too.
I mean, my hand will just go through the door.
Yeah.
Pack your bag and come out of the house. This instant.
Yeah.
If you know how your life venture in here, you better come out.
Yeah, yeah.
And if he says, well,
Yes.
if he's gonna come nasty, Mr. Alright, since you began me, watch me.
Okay.
I'm a type of people to pick up a chapel and say, come out. And from then when he knows I pick it up, you might have to go out the door.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, but your personality is not, what I'm saying is,
some girls are not stronger as they seem
yes.
to be.
So what happens is,
They're the weaker people, the weaker person.
yes.
And I feel sorry for them that way, Colin, to know that
Yes.
they pick up a man.
I've known many.
Really,
I have Motherlish look about
really,
yes, I have.
They pick up a man and say they really love this guy.
Yes.
I don't say, right, because they're in love with this guy, they've been alone for a long time, and they like this guy and he's wonderful.
I've known many of those as well.
I know, yeah. I personally just think, I feel so sorry for them, knowing, but once that man put hand on you the first time, get him backside out the door.
But you see, this is...
But the weaker women won't do that because the simple reason, hit him. Oh, it's all right.
Yes, you hear this, yeah.
Oh, it's all right. Okay,
it's a regular thing, isn't it?
It's okay, all
yeah.
right. I forgive you this once.
Mm.
He come back again and do the same thing again.
Yes.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah.
I forgive you this once. You gotta see somebody about it. See somebody about it.
Yeah, doesn't change.
Does not change.
Doesn't change, Motherlish look about
it. He will continue doing it till he take your life.
Mm.
And that's what's happening in the UK.
Do you ever remember? See, you got that, mind you. It's been going on flipping in all over the world. Yes. Yeah. Do you ever remember that film? That was on my mind a couple of days ago. My delicious dear little friend Kaz. I'm a delicious look baby. You must be reading my mind. Sleeping with the Enemy.
Yes, that's
do you remember it?
Yes, because.
And that was a real flipping, the way he did it. Oh, I remember him.
Sometimes I watch it and my blood boils.
Yes.
Right, because...
It started off where...
It started off like,
It's just giving you different
angles what you wanted. Yeah. Because in the cupboard, the beans have to be a certain...
Yes.
colour though.
Yes.
Then when you go in the bathroom, he wants the towel to be level.
Mm.
Not up and down, it have to be level.
Yes.
Then, after when she does that, well, he's making love to her like he's, that ain't love really.
No.
She's not enjoyed, I'm sorry.
No.
No, he was a horrid man.
Yes.
And look at this, look at the strength of him, because look what he was doing, like exercise, those jumping things, them climbing things.
Yes.
And them are hard to push up and down,
Yeah.
So he's got strength in him,
Yeah.
And I felt sorry for her, because she tried to run away so many times.
I know.
But the best one she did is when they went out for she couldn't swim, but she went swimming.
Yeah, that was just what was in my noddle and my delicious baby, the bit with the swimming,
She went swimming behind his back.
Yeah.
And of course he thought she drowned.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She was clever. She knocked one of the lights out.
Yeah.
To know where she was going.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing what put her back was the ring.
Mm.
And then he had to hunt for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when he saw her with that teacher, oh my God, that man changed all colours.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Change all colours.
Well, he just thought his wife died, which that's what she wanted, right? Wife died, but he still wasn't convinced, so he wanted to kill her mother. But he was going to kill her, but he didn't get the chance to do it. He only wanted to know where she was. And she had to dress up like a man, like a boy.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember the film.
Just to see her mum. You know what I mean? Well, she was glad to see him, but even the guy who liked her, she still was a bit impish with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she thought, no, I can't go back there again. But he was a nice person.
Yes.
Towards her. You know what I mean? And when he came, the bit I like is when he came and looked for him, that bloody music, what he likes. It's like a monster movie flipping thing, and you think to yourself, Flipping, imagine that kind of music when you know he's coming to the damn door, or that's the music trying to terrify you so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you have to know to be in her house, what you renting for, you know what I mean? And he did the same thing again.
Yes.
To know that his presence was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a bit I didn't like. But that kind of man who had that kind of strength is for a weaker woman.
But this is what I'm saying, but this is what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see, I mean, I've spoken I'm talking over decades now.
Yeah.
My dear little friend
Yeah.
Kaz, delicious
Yeah.
little babies, delicious little friend,
Yeah.
dear little friend Kaz.
Yeah.
And not only on the dog and burn, but also face to face.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting what answers you get.
Oh yeah.
For the reasons why.
Yeah.
So in some cases they've had young bairns, like children, children, yes, because I call them bairns, yes. And they do not feel they've got nowhere to go. Okay, now even if they've gone into a hostel, we call them hostels in our UK, well then they find them. Okay, then they say, come back and everything's going to be all right, and then they just get another flipping banging hammering. Do you see what I mean? But then you got others, and this is what I would say is a strange type of love, because they do not have any bairns, children, so therefore they've got nothing. There we go, nothing to bind them at all. Exactly. But you seem to hear the same pattern, the same theme, and it is, but I love him.
Oh.
Have you heard that over the years, my beautiful dear little friend Kaz, delicious little babies? I'm not knocking anybody.
No, my friend.
But to me, how could you love somebody
like that?
who beats the crap out of you? There we go. I just do not understand it. My delicious little babies now.
Even my friend who passed away.
Yes.
On Soar Road, she was running for her life.
Yeah.
And he had a chopper in his friggin' hand.
Yeah.
And he didn't care.
No.
He was after her completely.
Mm.
But because my cousins my cousin don't like those kind of things.
Yeah.
The boys, because we grew up the boys not to hit women.
Mm. Yes.
Don't hit women.
Yeah.
And all the boys were, all my nephews, but no, they don't.
No.
They would not come across and hit a woman.
No.
Right? If that hit a woman, they'd rather take one of the girls than to hit a woman.
Yeah.
More than they hit a woman.
Yeah.
They don't want to hit a woman at all.
Yeah.
Right? But
not that we're talking about violence, my delicious little babies. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can't.
Apart from the other day when I was annoyed at watching that flipping video. That did flipping anger me.
When she went back home, that's what happened to her head. Yeah. She had a, here.
Yes.
Right in the middle.
Yes.
It was a dent.
Yeah.
And she used to, cry about headaches and so forth.
Mm.
And she used to go to the doctors. They didn't do nothing about it until that time. Her life was done because she had amnesia, in her head, her brain exploded. And she died.
God bless her.
It was a shame.
And God bless any dear woman, lady out there who's gone through.
So she left it. She left it because she wouldn't stay there.
No.
So she knew to where to leave.
But a lot of it, if we look at this, right, because like I say, how can anybody ever say that they love somebody and do that to somebody? That is not love.
No,
what it is control. It's like you're going to do as I say, I'm going to bang you, and that's it.
But that's the fright.
And then what they do is that they go, if you've got different types, haven't you? Because you have my delicious little babies. So we need some topics and discussions and subjects are not very comfortable to talk about, but sometimes we must discuss my delicious little babies out there and my beautiful, delicious, dear little friend Cass, because we talk anyway. Do you see what I mean? On a regular basis. But the point is, you've got different types. You've got the ones who are just scared witless out of their wits, okay? Because and I've met many of those, okay, where they've got to get home for a certain time, they've got to do many, right? Okay, because if they're not home and the meal's not on the table, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and then they're convinced that that they're messing about, sleeping with somebody else, okay, and then of course all hell breaks loose, and then you got the ones who do not. There's no retaliation, so they do not retaliate back. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, they do. They just they sort of cower. Then you've got the other side of ones, yes, where I call it really, really. Extremely, very badly toxic. It's a very toxic relationship. So you see, if a woman hits a man or a man hits a woman, then they're going to bang them back, and then that's how it goes. Yes, but then, and not only that, but I've also seen this in my decades, right? That say if you went up, to even try to break it up. Then what then happens is them two join forces, and then you're looked like the flipping the one who's in the wrong. Yeah. I've seen that many a time. Yeah. I mean, do you see what I mean? But the ones who are weaker, but the ones who are weaker, it's like they go, no, don't say anything, don't say anything. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So there's different levels. I've just got to put you back on pause, my delicious little babies, because you know what, Rubes she's walked in now, and I like to keep. Unless it's boiling hot outside, I like to keep my door closed when I'm doing my videos, my delicious little baby. So I shan't be a moment. Please and thank you. I'm very sorry about this. Sorry about that, my delicious little babies. 3, 2, 1. Sorry about that. I do apologise, okay? Now then, sorry, my beautiful dear little Kaz. What was you just talking about now, sir? Sorry.
I feel so sorry for the women who are so weak.
Yeah.
And thinking that love is love in that sense.
Yes, it's not love.
And it's not love.
It's not love, my delicious little
all
babies.
it is, right, the man have a control.
It's very much controlled, right? Yes.
It's not because they're white or English or Asian. All men, some of them, are all the same.
Yeah.
Once they have control over you, that is it.
Yes, yeah.
And that's when he can play the martyr.
And they do it in the daytime,
And I don't care what day it is. They don't care.
Yeah.
They were just,
really bad.
Really bad. I mean one time, if the food is not done right, how do you want to eat?
That's right, yeah. For anything like. And then there's another type where what you get is where they do not hit you. No. What they do is it's like a control, and it starts out subtly. Yeah. So they'll do little subtle things like I've known other women. There we go. Over the years, over the decades, and what they do is they say, oh, well, do you really like that skirt, or do you really like that top? And of course, your woman there, she'll say, well, yes, I like it. Oh, yeah, do you see what I'm saying? Yes. But then it starts out very small, and then it gets larger and larger and larger, and then till in the end, she's like dressed with a pearl neck. Yeah. She's dressed in trousers. Do you see what I mean?
And she cannot show nothing.
And she cannot show anything.
Nope.
But they do not hit what it is. It's like that kind of mind control.
You can tell
what they do.
Yeah, you can tell.
And I've known many. Yeah. I really have. And I'm thinking, well, do you say to me, like, why are you dressed in a pearl in it?
I was at the dance the other day.
When it's in.
And I saw this girl.
Yeah.
In a knitted jumper.
Yeah.
A knitted dress.
Yes.
And I thought, why is she wearing a knitted dress in this hot bloody place?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I thought to myself, wow, you must be really hot in that thing. You know what I mean? I never took any notice anyway. I don't know if she's a man or not. You know what I mean? Me, I just wear what I want.
Yeah. Yes.
Because you never buy nothing, come give me.
Yeah.
Simple thing.
But not everybody. Yeah,
but even if he did buy something.
Yes.
Don't buy it me and take it back.
Yes, but my point is, the point I'm making is that there's different forms.
Oh yeah.
Of control.
Of control, because
there's different forms.
There's one with food. There's one with dressing. There's one where you can't talk to nobody because you sort of hear it back. You know what I mean? He wants to know why is she talking to him or her, right? He doesn't want you to talk to anybody besides him.
I've heard some
And when you
terrible, you know, and on the dog and burn as well. And I tell you what,
the thing is, when he comes out the house and he comes back and don't see a proper meal at the front of his table, and you take it and flip it up the wall.
yes.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, I've heard some, and I'm not joking, my delicious little babies out there, delicious dear little friend Kaz, and I'm not joking, and this is on a dog and burn now, and you know what, it's made me cry. So, I mean, I said this months ago on one of my videos, you know, because I was crying with my dear client on the telephone, on the dog and burn. Do you see what I mean? Because it's just so, you cannot, you know, that's why I always say, you know, nobody knows. It doesn't matter what walk of life, nobody knows, and I do not mean that disrespectfully, what somebody else's life is.
You don't.
Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and then you've got other men, right, where they say, "Oh, but I'm just doing it to protect you."
Yeah, right.
Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, like I only want to protect you.
Nah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, there's so many different levels, but sometimes I say, I mean, please do not get me wrong. I mean, to be flipping, you know, on a daily basis, to be beaten up is terrible. But I also feel, not meaning the wrong sense of the word, my delicious little babies out there, yes, and my delicious dear little friend Kaz, but mentally it can really affect you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? It can really affect you. So anyway, so we just wanted to talk about that. That doesn't mean no, by the way. We just wanted to discuss this because this is something that needs to be discussed. Now, we need to go on to another subject now. So God bless anybody who's in that situation, whether they're male or female, okay? It's a terrible, awful situation to be in, and we can only hope all around the world that, you know, these dear babies, God bless them, you know, man and woman out there, that they get the help, okay? Because, you know, they really do need to try and get help here, and this is why I said on one of my videos that there's many out there who do not receive the help, okay? They get no help at all, okay? That's why I do not agree with charities, sorry. No, I do not. Okay, because a lot of the ka-ching doesn't go to where it's meant to go. So what I want to discuss now, my beautiful dear little friend Kaz, our delicious little babes out there, is these 15-minute cities. So could you imagine in all different situations, I've already talked about this on my last video to do with, you know, if in that situation that you was in, that situation in these 15-minute cities, yes? But there's lots of other situations, you know, somebody's in a 15-minute city, yes? I mean, it would send them absolutely stir crazy.
Well, yeah. But the trouble is,
because it flipping well would me, you know,
well,
my delicious babies, yes?
It would me. I mean, 15 is where that's going.
Yeah, where can you
go in 15 minutes? Now that's when, if they come to that, that's when it's going to be an uproar.
Yes, well, it's already started, hasn't it?
We'll serve them damn right.
Yes, it's already started.
Who
different parts of the urgent care.
Who told you to put 15 minutes?
No, but what it was, they were saying, this is what they've been doing.
I mean, they had a lockdown before, Carla.
Yes, and look what that's caused.
And that caused a problem.
It's caused a flipping colossal problem.
That really caused a problem.
Hasn't it, my delicious babes out there?
People took their lives.
Yes.
Right, of the lockdown.
And then coffee, please, and thank you.
From the lockdown, people couldn't take it because they needed to come out.
Yes.
And the government keeps saying, oh, you can come out to do shopping, or you can only come out to do certain things. But you need fresh air.
Yes.
And all they think you to do is open the damn window or go to the backyard. Who wants that? People need to go out. They're used to going out every day.
Yes. Well, some cannot, you know, because due to illnesses, God bless them.
But there again, the government had no right to hold your free will.
Yeah, but even to go shopping, I mean, that's going to take, I mean, I was talking, you know, weeks ago on my video talking about these 15-minute cities, right, this crocker shite. Now, even to go shopping, right, so how How many? Okay, fair enough. You could do oh, and that's just reminded me of something. You know where they were brainwashing years ago? The supermarket sweep. Do you remember the supermarket sweep?
Yes,
where you had only so long
to do the shopping.
To get your shopping done.
But that's what they want you to do.
Do you see what I'm saying? So, I mean, they have been done telling us over these decades what they've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
But
it's impossible.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, even if you darted in a shop, right, and you just say, okay, let me just give an example, and you just want milk, bread, sugar. Let's just give an examples, yes? Well, okay, you could do that. Okay, let's look at it a different way. So you could do that. Now, if the shop's empty, you could go straight to the cashier, right? Just go and pay the ka-ching, and out the door you go, okay?
And stay 15 minutes.
But say if you got others at you got somebody at the till and you got others in front of you, and then even with these silly flipping face recognition, yes, but even that, to do that, and I've watched how long that takes.
Of course it takes long.
So what I'm saying is 15-minute cities to get here, there and everywhere.
Can't. It's impossible.
Do you see what I'm saying?
It will take you an hour. The most hour. Easy. To get there, to get what you want, to wait in the queue, and to get back.
Yes, and not only that, when they want to remove your cars as well, so they want to remove the brum-brums. So they want to remove the brum-brums, my delicious duck babies, because they do not want you to have a car. I mean, I said months ago on one of my videos, you only have to look at, I actually said it on one of my videos, and it's in Alaska, and it's a real tall block of flats. But when you've got a lift that's not working, okay, and with there, it's only one way in and one way out.
That's it.
Okay, but if you've got a lift that's not working,
you've got to climb up them stairs.
Then you've got to climb up all the stairs to get to the top.
Yeah.
There's everything is wrong about this. Now, what they've been doing, my delicious dear little friend Kaz, our delicious little babies, who are not aware of this, okay? And I've spoken to a number this morning, and I've chose to explain to them because nobody knew who I'd spoken to, God bless them all, okay, about these 15-minute cities. Not one of them, God love them, has heard about it, so I explained it all. Anyway, so getting back to this now, and they were very, believe it or not, they were so very thankful for it, so God love them, God love you all, my delicious babies. But my point is...
Not here.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is what they were doing was, right, is that they were saying, we're just trying things out. No, there wasn't. There wasn't flipping trying nothing out, my delicious little babies. They just wanted to pass it through, and everybody's going to put up with this shite. I mean, it's affecting ambulances. Have you seen these videos?
No.
My dear little friend, guys. I know, I'm going to send you some. I'll send you something. And then there's ambulances that cannot get through.
Because of 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But the trouble is right.
There's lots going on, my delicious little babies, honestly.
I don't think it can come across certain counties. Certain counties they can get away with, but certain counties they can't get away with.
Yeah, but there's pushback now in a lot of places.
Yes, because they know, right?
There's pushback in a lot of places, yeah.
I'm sure they're going to put up with it.
No, not a chance.
Not a backside they put up with it.
No.
Right? Up Dudley Road, they ain't going to put up with it.
No.
Right?
Oh, we know loads of places where it's just not happening in Birmingham, let me tell you.
Ladywood?
No, not a chance.
The whole of Birmingham not put up with it. They just do what they do every day.
Yeah.
They not put up 15 minutes. They put their backside. It's which 15 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Which 15 minutes? Or it's just come out of one total war.
But if you speak, and I've got to say this, my dear, delicious, dear little friend Kaz, and my delicious, beautiful little babes out there, if you go to the council, because don't forget, you've got the putrid governments and you've got those, okay? Because the putrid governments are the lackeys for them, yes? And then, of course, the councils are running things, yes, not only in our neck of the woods in the old UK, in the UK, but this is happening in other parts of the world, my delicious little babies, yes. Well, you go there or you talk to your MP, and this is what really pees me off now, my delicious little babies. And I'm going to say this, my delicious dear little friend Cash, right? Because you know how I get about things like this. I'm very passionate, right? I'm sick and tired of everyone saying, oh, you know, go to your MP. Talk to your MP.
Why?
What do the MPs do? Jack shite. And if you go to the councils, what do they do?
Nothing.
Jack shite.
Because I know MP already.
So this is the way it is, my delicious little babies, what they're trying their best to do here, do you say?
Yeah, because what is right, she gave me her phone number because I know her from nursing. Yeah. I taught her.
Yeah.
And what it is, she come the MP for Labour.
Yeah.
And Dolores herself told me to give me a phone number to ring up, this thing. And I said, yeah, right. Gave the phone number, rang them up. It took them 4 months to come back to me again.
So?
Yeah. When she rang up, I said, who's this? And she said, I said, get off my phone.
Yes.
And she said, I said, get off my Ross phone.
Yes.
If you ring back here, I said, ring off your neck.
Yes.
Don't ring back here again.
And what about those?
When I wanted help, you did not respond.
Yeah.
So why come back after 4 months? Suppose I did take my life like
True.
an idiot. What are you going to tell me? You're going to ring me and tell me, say, oh, it's all right, Miss Atkins, you can come back. I don't think so. That would have been the plea, the 6 foot on you, that twat. I just put down the phone on her.
Yep.
Because to be right, the council, all the MPs are full of shit. Sorry to say that.
Yeah, but they are.
Full of shit.
I mean, I was listening to a video yesterday evening. I will not say what video it is, my delicious little babies. And I happened to be an MP on there, right? Or is, something to do. And it's called the Hybrid Party.
Hybrid?
The Hybrid Party, my delicious little babies. Hybrid. Well, that's in itself. What is that saying? Just the word alone. Hybrid. And he was, and the way I could see it, because I could see there was a form of brainwashing, and I was reading the comments. Because this is why I keep saying it to you, all my delicious little babies out there, please. It's really important because you hear how, for us, how we feel about things, in the UK and all over the world. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway, you've got some. I'm not even going to say I'm sorry, delicious dear little friend Kaz, delicious little babies. I'm not even going to say that I'm sorry to say this because I'm not. I've never known such effing brain dead individuals out there in my life. Oh yes, this sounds wonderful. Yeah. Oh yes, why don't we have him? You see what's happening, right? And you've got to look at their movements when they're doing an interview, my delicious little babies. It's really important now. You've got to look at their movements, what they do. Yes, and we're working for the people.
What people? Yeah, the nudge and everything.
No.
At the end of the day,
what it is, and you should have seen your man there. It's like a proper salesman, and he's not the only one. My delicious little babies. I've been flipping, monitoring things. I have looking at things. Do you see what I mean? Keeping a monitor on things. Yes. And they say we're here to help everyone, but then there's a left and there's which is no, and then do you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. What does it come down to? Anyone who goes into Parliament, yes. Anyone who goes in there, what does it say? It's like who they've been paid by. Hello.
Up the top.
Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, delicious dear little friend Cass? This is what the point I'm making. You see, we don't want these who are suited and booted and thinking that they're the Don with the shirts and ties, and we don't want this. And even if they dress plainly, I I still do not want them. What we want is we want to be able to speak ourselves, or we need some really good business gentlemen, you know, ones who are not flipping these poxy flipping lords and flipping everything else, right? No, we do not want those, right? Or anyone who's been flipping knighted, because as we know, the only ones who get knighted are the ones who are either paedophiles or they allow all of these nasty things to take place. Oh, and then they get a flipping, what is it called, my beautiful, delicious, dear little friend Cass, because you're, you know about the raw things. Is it MBEs, OBEs, whatever, BEs they are? Do you understand my delicious little babies? We don't want none of those.
A knight, a dame.
Yeah, a dame, that's right, a knight, a dame.
A royal knighthood.
And then you get baronesses.
Yes, you do, right? There's 6 things to get into those kind of things.
Yes, but we do not want any of these.
You got MBE and all that.
Yeah, that's what I said, MBE, yeah.
MBA. But the trouble is, right, what's that? Oh, because you're important. That's not.
Well, and they like to, sirs, like they like to feel important.
You know what I like? We have this Rasta guy.
Which they're flipping not important.
Rasta guy, right? And he writes novels, you know what I mean? And he's a great novel, you know. Great novelist he is. Yeah. You can't fool him, no matter how you talk. You can't fool him.
Yeah.
The Queen invited him.
Yes.
To get his MBE.
Yes.
You know what he did? He told the Queen to shove it up her ass.
Yes.
He said, "You don't want no MBE."
Because once you're that, you're part of the putrid.
And he said, "You don't
want
nothing."
No, because what it is, you sort of owing them. Yeah. It's like you've got to do everything what they say.
He's turning around and says, "Listen, if they think they're going to lock me up with them, he said, you don't want to follow them in nothing. What he does it for everybody if they want to buy it."
Yes.
He didn't do it to get the MBE.
Yeah.
He did it because he likes doing certain things for his life.
Yeah, because they want to use that.
But what it is, because he knows too much
of
knowledge.
Yes.
They like to reward him.
Yeah, but they want to do that, but they want to also use him to their own advantage. And that's what they do, my delicious little babies out there. But my delicious, beautiful dear little friend Cass, she knows this anyway, same as I do.
You know how much times they wrote to him?
For some of you delicious babies, you would know
to us, you know, in Handsworth, you know?
But some of you delicious
you know how much times they have wrote him to come for his MB?
Yeah, we will, yeah, because they're desperate, see?
They wrote him 12 times.
Yeah.
In tear up every paper.
Yes.
And he told it, there was one he says they wrote him so that they will give him a knighthood. And he says, when he looked up how the papers he had, and he says, "Ferrati." 1 minute they said it was MBE, no, they're going to put me knighthood. He said,
yeah.
Is it a kiss up?
So what do they want? See, but this is what I'm saying. But because what I'm saying to you, sweet, sorry to really enjoy. What I'm saying is, what is it they want? We know what it is they want. Because they want to get, do you see what I'm saying? Yes, it's like those, right, just want to pay as much as they can pay out you because they want to control.
But he said,
do you see what I'm saying, my delicious little babies? This is what this is about, you see.
You see, they know his knowledge from slavery, everything going down.
Yeah.
He knows everything what go down.
Yeah.
Right? And he knows how to say it on paper.
Yeah.
But one thing he turned and said, fuck the Queen and fuck the That's what he said. He turned around and said, fuck the Queen and fuck the royal.
Yeah.
Right? And they're not getting nothing.
Yeah.
They're not paying him nothing. They're not abusing him. They're not doing anything. He said he's carrying on what he's doing, and that's it. You see, he don't need no energy. He don't need no energy, and he don't need no knighthood.
No?
To do what he's doing. Right? So they say he can piss off, you know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is that I do not feel, getting back to this now, I do not care what anyone tells me that this is going to work with 15-minute cities. They are just not going to be able to complete what they want to do. Do you see?
People live in the outside skirt of Birmingham. Them little counties, them little ones.
Yeah.
They can do them for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they will take it.
Well, can I just say, this video that I was looking at yesterday evening, he seemed to be talking, all of my delicious little babies out there, my dear, delicious, dear little friend Cass, a lot about Switzerland. on this particular video. And I noticed that a dear one had put in the comments, well, we're in the UK, we're not in Switzerland. Well, it's right, isn't it?
We are in the UK.
They were done saying it in the comments.
Right.
No, but what I'm saying is everything he said was Switzerland this, Switzerland that. But if you look at Switzerland, and I used to talk to a woman, she was a lawyer, you know, a solicitor, who moved to Switzerland, and her husband was, what was he? He was German. He was a banker. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, I had to flipping block her. I'm sorry, my delicious little babies. You know, very few of anybody I've ever had to block in my whole entire flipping lifetime, but she was one of them. Gosh, she drove me flipping crackers. That woman did. Anyway, but she lives, you know, and in Switzerland, it's like, because they're all like in
groups.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. But why? Because this hybrid, right, party, right? Why you keep talking about? To me, it's a form of brainwashing. It's to brainwash others. Oh yes, you're going to have a super duper wonderful life. No.
No. All they want.
Not a chance.
If they know they can.
Cockashite.
If they know they can do 50 minutes on certain countries, they will do it.
But there's others who will fall in. There is even some out there who are going, oh yes, Olga, this is a good idea. Stick me in a 15-minute city and I'm going to be all right.
They will never get Birmingham and eat it.
No, I said this.
Never in life.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Because they know Birmingham and London.
Yeah.
Don't fool them.
Yeah, but can I just say as well? It's like this.
Because they know who they can go to.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is in London, right? Because you're getting where, you know, they've got this £12.50 to go in, and I did a video on this as well, where you got a £12.50 to drive in. Right.
Oh yes, that's
yes. And then as a
when you reach a certain part up in the
yeah, but one man. It was only a short video. I'll have to send it to you, delicious dear little friend Cass. And I'll send it on my other video. Right. I mean, he's strapped. He's you know, with rope, whatever it was, and he's strapped his car registration, so you can see it at the back of him. You know, like he did it like over like this, right? Now, and then when you read in the comments there, do you see what I'm saying? And the one who'd uploaded, you know, to mention this, to show you, to talk about it, sorry. Well, even when you looked, you know, and then it said flood the, because I said it on the video, well, what everybody should do is just, you know, you strap the car reg on your back, or your van reg on your back, yes, and then you just slip in. What you do then is you just flood the system, yes? Do you know, but what I'm saying is, let's just see how far this is going to... Because I have a feeling that these putrid flipping governments and the putrid councils are going to have a very flipping rude awakening, yes?
Because you go on the M6, there's part of the M6 where there's part on the M6 you can't go on.
Yeah.
You have to take the back way.
Yes.
Right. Me, if I'm going to a sister's, well, you go on the National Express, so they go on the M6.
Yeah.
So they go through.
Yeah.
But I've been up there where there's part of it you have to pay. If it's a car, it's £2.50.
Yeah, but what about the toll roads?
The toll roads.
Well, they didn't do well, did they?
No, because they had to back that down because nobody wasn't paying.
I mean, I remember going on toll roads. I mean, it's completely flipping empty. And at the time, how much was it? £6?
£6, but there's one empty road.
Yeah.
And it was just a waste.
And it's like, you know, these, what else do you call them? These, which I've been talking about, you know, for months on and off on my videos, my delicious little babies. For those of you so very kind, you know, to follow me and listen. God bless you all. And thank you for all your likes as well. God bless you, okay? And for, you know, anybody who's subscribed, thank you. What about these, sorry, my delicious dear little friend Cass. What about these, you know, where they've removed a lane? You know, like on the motorway. Well, it's crashes galore, and the electric cars are not working. The little flipping Lego electric cars, they're not flipping working either. And this is all for the green climate change shite.
The green zone, they call it. But apparently,
Well, it's not working very well, is it?
well, in town, right, they got the green zone. Part of town and part of way in Birmingham, the green zone. Now, for the electric cars, because, they're telling me that would I take electric car?
No, I know, we've discussed this on another video. I think we did.
No, I'm not taking an electric car.
Yes, yeah.
I prefer the hybrid.
Yeah, but the thing is, but it's not working now, is it? Because what's happening, sorry to really interrupt you, what's happening is, no, because there's no of these, they promised these silly little flipping Lego electric points, yes, so they promised those, right? But there's many where if you're doing a longer journey and you run out, then you've got to wait for it to charge.
Yeah.
Right, so this is all a crock of shite, and this is what they were selling.
Which is going to charge that.
And you have got idiots
who buys it?
who flipping buy into this shite. You really have, you know.
Because when you go down Aldi down
no joke.
Chester Road.
Yes.
Down Chester Road.
Yes.
They got 4 of them.
Mm.
And they come in and they charge it up.
Yes.
And they got to wait an hour.
Yes.
Before they can go off.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To me, why am I waiting an hour for a flaming car, which a car's supposed to take off straight away?
That's right.
Not supposed to wait for an hour just to charge up a damn car because what? Because it's electric.
All I want is for them and the lackeys, right? So let's just get this straight now. All I want is for them and their lackeys to be able to use as much petrol, as much diesel as possible to do what they want to do. Like there's been a helicopter now, hasn't there, that used to rise. But here's the thing, that helicopter was out earlier. So when everybody else is struggling, you know, to pay for petrol, diesel and all these things, there's a helicopter up in the sky, right, going around for at least a couple of hours, right? So they must have all of the petrol or diesel, whatever they use to burn them, mustn't they? This is what I'm saying is these putrid piece of shite should practice what they flipping damn well preach.
Well, they don't. They don't know that.
Do you see what I'm saying? They want to tell all of us. Now, I watched, because we'll leave the video shortly, my delicious, beautiful, dear little friend Kaz, our delicious little baby, simply because we're on 5616 now. What I'm saying, I watched this short little video yesterday, right? Mm. And he was American, an elderly gentleman, God bless him. It must have only been about 5 minutes long. And he was with your man there. And the elderly American gentleman said, he said, do you want me to show you my little 15-minute city, right? So your man there, he says, yes, because he was filming, you know. And so he brought him to like this square, like this box, okay? So he opened the wooden door, walked up the steps, and then he had his little hens and his little chickens in there. Yes, so there wasn't very many, and it looked to me as though this dear American gentleman would be very kind and let the little chickens and hens roam because there's lots of lovely greenery. Yes. Anyway, so this elderly dear gentleman, God bless him, this American gentleman, right? He says, so if we look at this room here, you got the little hens and the little chickens, okay? So, you know, your man there is going, yes, you know, like this. And he said, so they got their space, you know, just to have a little walk around, you know. None of them were, God bless them, climbing over each other or anything, right? Then he said, let me open this door. So then he opened another wooden door, you know, in this square box, yes? And he said, oh, look, he said, there's little boxes for each one to sleep. So there wasn't a lot, okay? And he said, oh, look. He said, and if you look closer, he said, some of them have laid eggs. So he put like 3 in one pocket. God bless him, a delicious little baby, his delicious dear little friend Kaz. And then he put 3 eggs in his other pocket. He said, then if you're lucky enough, he said, you get some eggs. And then, so they came out of that room, right? So I'm hoping that you're all following me, that my delicious little baby's out there, and you, my delicious dear little friend. I hope that you're following what I'm saying. Yes. And he said, just before we go, he said, I just got to feed them. So, you know, he fed them with a proper feeder thing, yes? And he said, so if you look at it, he said they've got everything
In boxes.
in a little box.
Yeah.
Do you see? He said, and this is, you know, my little 15 minutes that I wanted to show you. But the way he'd done it was flipping brilliant. There we go. He was flipping brilliant, because what he was saying was, if you really please listened and thank you to what I was saying, is that he's saying, well, okay, there's not a lot of those particular little hens and chickens, right? But they have plenty of space in the one part to move around. And what he was saying is that, you know, they were so happy that they wouldn't want to come out. That's what he's saying. Do you see what I mean? Because they're so scared of the big wide world. So he was making a point of saying that we, you know, for some, would be little ones, yes, in one box. Then they got another little box to sleep. But the way I see it is, and what I took from this tiny little video, is if you look at the eggs, it's like those are the putrid little lackeys, right? It's almost as if they want to just put all of the eggs into one basket, meaning all of us globally. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And then it's what we can bring to them. And then when they turn around and they say, oh, you know, you'll have nothing and be happy, which anyway, I've known a long time about this, right? My point is, they've enslaved us so much for how many decades, right? Does anybody really think now, right? And others would only have to go on the WEF, World Economic Forum, to listen to the shite that comes out their gobs. But the fact of the matter is that does anybody really believe that everybody would just be like zombie-like? Because it's as though they're still going to need some of us, right, to do jobs, aren't they? So do you see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. I do not feel that any of this is going to work.
Nah.
It's not going to work.
Not gonna work.
I mean, they must be on flipping planet, flipping nanu, to even think that this is going to work. My delicious little babes out there, delicious dear little friend Kaz, it's not going to work at all.
Not gonna work.
And this is going to get worse, you know, and all around the world.
It gets worse, but they know which one they pinpointed to.
And the only ones who will put up with that shite, and this is not me being nasty, I'm just done telling it the way it is, sorry. The only ones who would ever put up with this shite are ones who will not take any responsibility for their own lives.
Nah.
They're quite happy to have somebody say, oh, you know, get up, sit down. It's like, do you see what I'm saying to you? What's that, heads, shoulders, knees and toes, you know, just to do as you're told what to do. But you have got some where they do not feel that they're strong enough to be able to...
Response back.
Yes, do you see what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, that they're not strong enough to take charge, but they are. And your only other type, and I'm not being nasty again, your only other type, right, the flipping damn lazy ones. And that's the truth, my delicious little babies out there, who are quite happy just to sit there watching a box in the corner of the room all day, or go on to this metaverse, or whatever else they flipping want to do through the silly flipping goggles. Do you see what I'm saying to you flipping oddballs? Do you see what I'm saying? And that's not being nasty. I'm just done telling it the way it is.
Yeah.
Whereas for the majority of us out here, and we are not alike in this type of life. Do you see what I'm saying? She wants to delicious little babies, yes? And anyway, and why should I have said it before? And I was going to say it again, why should I stop everybody from flipping travelling? Yes, they can go on their flipping planes and go wherever they want to go.
Nah, that ain't gonna work.
But this is what they're doing, and this is why, you know, when you've told me this afternoon, sorry, my little lovely sweet, yes, when you said about the passports and that, right? See what I'm saying to you? This is everything they're doing. Everything they're doing, it's to make obstacles constantly. This is what all of this.
Well, they're on strike for 5 weeks.
Yeah, but when was the time when you ever heard that the passport's been on a strike?
Never.
I've never heard of it. And unless I've missed something, I could be wrong, my delicious little babies, because nobody's right all the time. But I do not remember hearing about it.
I mean, the only thing they have is backlog.
I mean, it could have done, but I do not remember hearing about it.
They have backlog, backlog.
Well, they've always got a flipping backlog, haven't they?
Always have that, but never on strike, because they work for the government.
And then, but the thing is, they say a backlog, right, and that's another way to ka-ching, because then you'd have to drive up to, where is it, Peterborough?
Yeah.
It is Peterborough, the main one, yes.
Yeah.
And then go and get your, if you wanted to get it quicker, right? But then they'd still charge you more ka-ching, right, to speed up the process, right? It doesn't matter which way you look at it, these and the putrid little lackeys that they are, all that they've done, it's all take, constantly. And I'm telling you, and it pees you off, And as well, like when, sorry, excuse me, when you paid your flipping taxes for years. Do you see what I mean? And all they want to do is this flipping silliness, but at the same time, they're just lying in their own pockets. And everybody, and I was done saying this for years anyway. Do you know what I mean? But to me, the way I see things, right, because I've said so many things, haven't I? My delicious dear little friend Kaz over the years. I really, really have, just the whole lot sometimes pees me off, right? But what happens is this, right, because it's more or less like you're going out to work for flipping nothing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and they've been flipping doing this for how long, right? And of course, then you've got all these, anyone with an ounce common sense, I said on one of my videos, right, I'm not going to keep going on about it, but I said on one of my videos, didn't I? I said it on a couple. That these putrid governments and that, yes, right. Well, they failed to realise. I mean, they're doing all of this and inflicting all of these things, yes, and this is globally, right? But they failed to realise that they're not going to be spared either. So, are they not a load of twats as well? And I was done saying it on other videos anyway. So, this is what we're up against. But I do believe, like I said before and I say it again, I do believe we've already won. It's just we're having to go through all of this. Do you see? And then in the midst of all this, we've got the old jabs, jibby jabs, and all the things happening there. Well, I am going to advertise as well, my delicious little babies, which I am. Anybody out there, my delicious little babies, who has been severely injured, or if you know somebody who's been severely injured, but this is just in our neck of the woods in the old UK. It's gov.uk. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's gov.uk. I mean, I could be. Anyway, you'll know anyway, my delicious little babies, right? And then what you're looking for is it vaccine injury payments? I did do another video on this months ago, okay, to say where to go, yes? Because, and look what's happening there. So, you see, I'm seeing things for what it is, okay? I'm looking at all different angles here. You're going to have some, because God bless them, and it's true, isn't it, my delicious dear little friend Kaz? Yes, my delicious little babies. You're going to have some, God bless them, because we have to say God bless to everybody, because it is true, right? It is true. I mean, they've had an experimental that they didn't know what they were having, yes? But the point of the matter is God bless them all, right? But you're going to have some, okay, where what it is that if they've had the boosters, okay, well, very sadly, they're past that point now.
Yeah.
Okay, so they would have been the ones that I would say, do you know what I mean? If somebody said, live in a 15-minute city, will I just go, yes, please, and just booster me up, just continue to do it. Do you know what I mean? Ooga. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and that's not being nasty. I mean, I even read on another, what's it called? On other comments, right? This woman, right, I swear to dear God, Jesus Christ in Nazareth, I thought, flip me, dear God, there's no helping some. She was on a third jab, right? And do you know what she said in the comments? She said, well, she said, I'm really pleased that we have got these vaccines. She said, because it saved my life.
Nice.
Have you not heard the flipping idiocy of this?
Nice.
And it's ones like that that make it worse
for others.
For us out here,
Yeah, because we
who do know.
But the trouble is, right, because she's saying that now, thinking, oh, it's okay. But when you fucking something up to her, she'll know about it. Trust me.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, what about that gentleman who I told you about as well? And my delicious little babies, delicious dear little friend, as you know, I said to you on the old dog and burn. He'd had nine everybody. He'd had, and my video should not be taken down, my delicious little babies. He had 2 Pfizer, 2 Moderna. I think this one, gentleman's in America. He then had, I think, 2 flu jabs, and then I don't know about the other 3, so it could have been the Pfizer. Anyway, guess what he had? Everybody wanted to little babies, which he never had before. Cancer. Do you see? This is what I'm saying.
Bad.
But there's some where, God bless them, they're too far gone. I mean, we have to say, God bless. But they're too far gone, but they're slowing. There we go. Everybody else flipping down. And that's not being nasty. And then you got other dear babies out there where they know that they've taken it. God bless them, yes? And just before I leave the video, my delicious little babies out there and my delicious dear little friend Cash, yes? And if you want to have some last words, sweet, please, and thank you when you're ready. I was talking to somebody yesterday, right? And lovely gentleman, he's got a wife and everything, right? And my delicious little babies out there. And he said, and this is all in, a short space of time, when he said, and I was out walking my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday, and he said that his dear wife, she's keeping up with the, the old jibby jabs, God bless her. And she was having ibuprofen, and I said to you, she was having a medicine called ibuprofen. Well, all of a sudden, she's come out in all these rashes and everything, couldn't stop scratching, spoke to a doctor, and the doctor said, wait for it, everybody, my delicious little babies, said, oh, you must be just allergic. She said, no. She said, because I've had this for years. Do you see what I'm saying? She my delicious little babies, yes? Okay. Then he said that a lad who he went to school with, which of course they're in their early 40s, yes, who he went to school with, he heard a couple of weeks ago, he was found passed away in his bed in his age, early 40s. Then somebody else who he knows, the mum and dad, who were in their early 60s, and he said they were fit, there was nothing wrong with them. As soon as they had the jibby jabs, 10 days apart, they passed away from each other, the dear husband and wife. Then he said that he had a plumber came to see him, right, for himself and his wife, right? And he started having these, heart, what did they call them? Palpitation, like where his heart was going like to the dozen, like this, dum. Do you see what I'm saying? And the same plumber with the same, other employees, all in the same, because they were told that they had to have the old jibby jab, right? Or they wouldn't have their job. They've all had it and they're all suffering. And this was all what this dear gentleman told me yesterday.
Wow.
My delicious little babies, yes? And another dear gentleman with his dear wife I've seen this morning, God bless them, yes? With their little Ben, right? And I've been telling everybody this morning about 15-minute cities, yes? Anyway, because there were signs of life today, okay? And of course, we had one sign of life yesterday with the dear gentleman, but other than that, usually on this road, and I don't like to say it's dead as flipping dirty. Anyway, so finally, yes, and he said that he worked for a large company, really flipping large, begins with an A, everybody. my delicious little babies out there, yes. And he said that they said, well, you cannot have your job unless you take the old jab, jab, jab. And he said, no. He says, I'm not taking nothing, F off. And his wife, his dear wife, hasn't taken it either. God bless them both. You know, both of them. Do you see what I'm saying to you, delicious little baby? See, this is what's happened. You know, and it's so flipping tragic. There we go, what has happened here?
It's control.
But that's what I'm saying. But what's happened is a real bad flipping number has been done on flipping everybody. And of course, now, you know, it's all coming out, isn't it? It's all over YouTube and other platforms, other places. Yes. So now it's coming out, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, you know, when they spent all the time flipping censoring everybody, anyone who spoke the truth, oh no, conspiracy theorists. But now, of course, it's been proved to be flipping true.
So it go.
Do you see? And God bless everybody, I'm going to say it once more, who very sadly has taken the old jab, 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 jibby jab, and God bless their beautiful dear little souls who are sadly no longer on this earth with us. But, I mean, look at the destruction it's caused. Look at the generations of families who are just getting wiped out. I mean, this is so flipping damn well serious. And on top of that, like I said, they want to put the flipping pox in flipping 15-minute cities that can flipping F off nicely. But I'm just telling as many as what I can. And all I can do on my videos, my delicious little babies. And once again, thank you so very much to all of you for even listening to me. No, I just get paid off with it. Because at the end of the day, none of this should be done to any of us. You know, what have we done in the world to be treated in such a manner? You know, we have done nothing at all. Jesus, I mean, all we want to do is just live our lives. Do you know what I mean? That's all we want to do. We do not want to harm. I mean, and the ones, God bless them, you know, we have to say, on some cases, we do say God bless, you know, could either have, what do they call, they could be mentally ill in some way, okay? And of course, you know, you've got others where, do you know what I mean? I mean, unfortunately, you know, they can be rather aggressive. But what I'm saying to you is that for the rest of us, nobody wants to live that shite life in 15-minute cities and all this shite and be told what to flipping do. We're flipping had enough now. Big time. So, my beautiful and delicious dear little friend Kaz, is there anything you'd like to finish with before we end the video?
No.
So I feel like we've said enough. I've said enough anyway.
I said enough anyway.
Yeah.
It's all about domestic violence.
Yeah, it's because it's terrible. It's still going on
on
a daily basis. It's absolutely awful, and God bless them all. So until my next video, my delicious little babies, and you know, our next video, you know, when my beautiful and delicious dear little friend Cash, you know, when she feels in the mood to do a video, okay? Because sometimes we just simply do not, you know what I mean? Sometimes just have a, but it's nice for us to catch up, isn't it, on some videos, my delicious little baby Cash, yes? And just have a listen at her, okay? So until my next video, thank you so very much once again for listening, okay? And, you know, for even taking that time, okay? I know sometimes I get passionate, but that's just the way I am. Yeah. You know, especially when I know that we've been wronged, and this is flipping damn well wrong. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes, anyway? So until that time when I do another video, so much love to you all, my delicious little babies. Bye. Please continue to feel the love, okay? Please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand, okay? And for some wonderful little family members, friends or work colleagues, give them a great big juicy hug. And please tell them that they're beautiful, wonderful, juicy and delicious, and that you love them so, okay? So until my next video, my delicious little babies, take care, God bless, much love, thank you.